Hello everyone, welcome back to the Football Overseas game week 2 of Club World Cup predictions. We have got a lot to unpick and pack and all of that. Match week 1 took place. You had the opening game, Ahly versus Inter Miami, finished a stalemate with the Inter Miami goalkeeper Ustati saving Ahly penalty that was taken by Trezeguet. He missed it. Astor injured. In the process, Zizou came on as a substitute. Bayern Munich with a 10-0 scoreline, which is the record win for a team in Club World Cup. Unless Benfica or Boca Juniors beat that. I don't think they will, because Bayern, they just had too much quality on the field. Auckland City, amateur side, all their players work. Football is their second job, and some of them, they've been working in warehouses, offices, and other jobs. So here we are. This was the Bayern team that took the field against Auckland. Neuer, Sacha Boey ended up scoring. Jonathan Tah got the assist. Stanisic, Guerrero played at left back. Kimmich and Pavlovic in the midfield with Michael Olise, Thomas Müller, Kingsley Coman and Harry Kane all led the line. Quite funny that Harry Kane didn't even score. Musiala came off the bench in his place and he got a hat-trick. Coman got 2, Müller got 2, Olise got 2, and Sacha Boey got the other goal there. Paris Saint-Germain on blistering form, picked up the UCL last month, followed it up with a 4-0 demolition over Atletico Madrid, 10-man Atletico Madrid. And Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, Seni Moleo and Kangin Lee scored from the spot after Clement Longley got sent off for 2 yellow cards. Palmeiras 0, Porto 0, another stalemate. This was part of South American. They haven't lost yet in this tournament. Botafogo versus Seattle ended in a 2-1 win for Botafogo. JR and Igor Jesus giving Botafogo a 2-0 halftime lead before Roldan pulled a goal back for the hosts. One of the hosts, I should say. Chelsea 2, LAFC 0. LAFC should be proud of their performance. They performed the better out of all the American teams in the Club World Cup. Chelsea were made to work for the victory with goals from Pedro Neto and Enzo Fernandez. An entertaining game involving Boca Juniors versus Benfica finished 2-2, with Boca Juniors racing into a 2-0 lead with goals from Meriento and Batatiga. Di Maria scored a penalty which got Benfica back into the game, and Nicolas Otamendi scored an equalising goal there, which saw both sides reduced to 10 men apiece. Flamengo won against the Tunisian side Esperance with goals from Georgian de Asqueta and the second goal coming from Luis Araja, with Jorginho getting an assist. Fluminense and Borussia Dortmund played out another stalemate, with Kobel receiving man of the match for keeping Dortmund in the game. Fluminense had chances. Yeah, there's something about these Brazilian teams, mate. River Plate 3, Euro Red Diamonds 1. Coledial, Durusi and Meza with the goals for River Plate. Ura's goal came from a penalty which got them back into the proceedings, but Acuna deserved man of the match with 2 assists on day. Sundowns beat Ulsan of South Korea. Sundowns are from South Africa. Rangers with the only goal for the Sundowns, which lead Group F. And in the late game, you had Monterrey 1, Inter Milan 1. So Inter, the new manager, earns a point in the Club World Cup. Sergio Ramos scoring once again. Longevity of his career. Lautaro Martinez with the equalising goal. You have a few more games that need to be finished from Group yet to play their first games. Man City versus Wydad Casablanca. Real Madrid versus Al Hilal. That's going to be the game of the day, that one. I'm expecting a lot of goals. Xavi Alonso, Zani looking to prove a point against one another. Pachuca, the Mexican side, taking on RB Salzburg, the Austrians. And Al Ain of the United Arab Emirates take on Juventus, making their Club World Cup debut. Round two, people, because we need to get into it. Palmeiras versus Al Ahly. I'm going to say 2-2. I'm going to say, based on the lineups, I'm going to say, based on the performances that I've seen from Palmeiras, Piqueras, Estavo, Vitor Roque. I think the Brazilian outfit, they're going to take this one 2-0. Inter Miami versus Porto. I expect Inter Miami to provide us something. And I'm thinking, right, this group, anybody could actually win it. And it's going to be a bold claim. But I think Porto, they will definitely have some joy against the high line of Inter Miami. But I definitely do feel like Inter Miami was better in the second half. And if they can use that momentum heading into this game, then I have no doubt that Inter Miami could even get the win, could even get the win, I should say. But I do think that this game will end in a draw. I think it will end 1-0. 1-0 is my prediction for this game. Seattle versus Atletico Madrid. I expect Atletico Madrid to fully bounce back against Seattle. Seattle, I don't feel like Seattle are levels. They've lost their last 3 games now. Atletico Madrid, they are the stronger outfit. They've got quality. Yes, Anton Griezmann has not scored in so long since the Copa del Rey match back in Barcelona in February. But maybe this could be a game that Simeone tries out Julian Alvarez and Soloth. I would really love to see that. And Atletico Madrid, I think they are going to win 2-0. 2-0 to... Well, actually, no. 3-1 to Atletico Madrid. 3-1 to Atletico Madrid. Still. Actually, no. 3-0, 3-0. Let me say 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. PSG taking on Botafogo. Now, this is going to be a very good game. It's going to be a very good game. But I do think Parisians, they're just hard to stop. Right now, Botafogo will give it a good go. But PSG are just so solid. Well-rounded team. And those guys are going to aim for a 4th clean sheet in succession. PSG, and with Dembele. Dembele's back as well. So, I'm expecting this to be a game. PSG 4, Botafogo 1. Benfica versus Auckland City. I'm not even going to say too much. Korku should be in. Turkoglu should be in to maybe give Benfica confidence. But again, Benfica, I expect them to slap Auckland. I'm going to say 6-0 for Benfica because they don't have that quality that what Bayern do. But they've got some good players like Pavardis, Korku, Turkoglu. They could definitely do damage. Flamengo versus Chelsea. Now, this is where it gets very interesting, people. I can't lie. At this current moment in time, you would probably say Chelsea are the favourites. They're coming into it. They've shown some form. They've only lost one game out of the last 10 or so. So they're on great form right now. But Flamengo are a consistent Brazilian side that can turn up, and their manager is Felipe Luis, a former Chelsea player. And not only that, they've got Jorginho back in time for the Club World Cup, so maybe Jorginho could prove a point. Diarra is on great form. Luis Araujo is out here scoring goals. So this is no easy match. Even Alexandro is over there at left back. Valera, former Manchester United player, is at right back. And Augustine Rossi is in goal for Flamengo, who really have a great defensive record with 19 goals conceded in 27 matches. So they have an imposing defense. Really appreciate that as well. I definitely think that Flamengo can do something against Chelsea. It's going to be a good game. Going to be a very good game. I just can't separate these two teams. And, however, I am going to say Flamengo. Ooh, this is going to be really interesting. I can't even lie to you guys. It's going to be really interesting still. I'm going to say Flamengo 2, Chelsea 1. That's going to be a stinger. Sure. LAFC versus Esperance. The Tunisian side. Let's get into it. LAFC, like I said to you, I think they are favourites. You had to consider them favourites. Esperance, they had... I wouldn't even say Esperance. They did... Only had like a half chances against Flamengo, but then Flamengo are a solid defensive outfit as well. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, LAFC, they've been very consistent. Dennis can be an absolute menace. Literally, I said it. Against the Tunisian outfit. And I do think LAFC are going to win. I do think LAFC are going to win 3-0. That's my prediction. Bayern Munich versus Boca Juniors. We're going to get into this. Bayern Munich versus Boca Juniors. Boca Juniors. On my birthday, 21st of June. Big up myself. I get treated to a game on my birthday. Bayern versus Boca Juniors. This could be where the group could potentially be won. Even if that. But Bayern Munich, they've got scoring confidence. They've got the confidence as well. Boca Juniors, they've been a bit up and down. Had a 2-0 lead. Blew it. Lost out to Independiente in the Argentinian playoff thingy. Really, they should be winning, Boca Juniors, but they didn't even win that. And I just feel like they've been kind of struggling in these like big matches. You know, they've been kind of struggling in the big games, and I think the quality is going to show. Boca Juniors are going to score against Bayern, but Bayern Munich, yeah, there's no denying quality when you see it. And I think Bayern Munich, they are going to win 3-1 against the Argentinian side. Sundowns versus Borussia Dortmund, people. And oh my days. Sundowns? I said there was going to be an upset. I think there will be an upset. I think there will truly be an upset in the tournament. Now, Sundowns, you could probably say, but Sundowns, they didn't really create a lot. Most of their shots was blocked by the South Korean defense, especially the Polish centre-back. And, you know, Ursulan, till he played, you know, kind of, I wouldn't even say they played kind of defensive, I guess, but Sundowns did have a bit of quality. more quality than them, and that's how they won the game. But having said that, though, Dortmund could provide a test. This is where I personally think another shot comes into a factor, because Dortmund, Fluminense could have basically won against them. No, seriously, big man team. Thiago Silva. I didn't even realize he went over to Fluminense. I totally forgot he went over to Fluminense, because I was probably going to consider Thiago Silva as part of my defense. I probably should have gone for a more differential defense like Thiago Silva and Sergio Ramos, even if that for the fantasy. But we talk about the fantasy. But here we go. Dortmund, they have shown form. They have got their gunmans. Guirassy, Adeyemi, Joe Bellingham's joined them. Gittins is there as well. Gross could get something. I just feel like this game is going to be... Do you know what I'm saying? This game could go down to the wire. And personally, don't be surprised if this game ends a draw. But I'm going to say this. Quality of quality. I think this could be one of the games of the second round. Sundowns are going to win. They're going to win. 2-1 Sundowns. Oh, that was difficult. That was real difficult. Do you know what I'm saying? Inter versus Euro Reds. You would definitely think Inter should be able to secure the victory. And I think they will. Inter ain't going to be a pretty watch. There was no Dumfries, there was no DiMarco, there was no Thuram. So maybe that's the reason why they didn't win against Monterrey. But you can't take anything away from Monterrey as well. They have got some players in Canales, Okupanos, Ramos, and Oscar Torres as well. They do have players there. Chivu is actually played the same formation as Igzani, so at least you still have that formation. He hasn't drastically made changes, but I think he will stick to the same principle against UR and just hopefully players come back for the game. Like, Çalhanoğlu, Dumfries, really component. You see Dumfries is a real component into the system, into the way, into play and everything. But still, I think Inter, they are going to win 2-0. That's my prediction with this game. And Fluminense versus Ulsan. Yes, I'm going to back Fluminense to win this match. Again, 3-0 margin of victory. River Plate versus Monterrey is actually going to be a very interesting game. Especially this is in Inter's group, by the way. So this could determine a long way to see which team actually finishes top. River Plate have potential to win. Monterrey have potential to win. This game could end a draw. I can't really separate the two teams right now in terms of like quality and how they played, especially in match week 1. I think this game is getting 2-2. 2-2. Abundance of goals. Juventus, I know they haven't played yet in the Club World Cup. They are playing Wydad. Yeah, Juventus, I think they'll brush aside these man. I think Juventus brushed them. I'll say 4-1 to Juve. I mean, it just depends on what they do. I'll probably say 3-1 to Juventus. These sides are... Real Madrid versus Pachuca. I know those sides haven't played yet, but I do expect Real Madrid, no matter what happens against Al Hilal, I think they will beat Pachuca, and I think Real Madrid are going to win this game by 3-0 margin. Real Madrid. RB Salzburg versus Al Hilal. I know they haven't played, but Al Hilal have shown, that they are quality. They are consistent as well. I need to see them up against Real Madrid. But I do think Al Hilal are stronger than Salzburg. And I think I am going for the Saudi club to win against Salzburg. And I'm going to say 3-1. And Man City versus Al Hilal. We don't know what Pep will do. Don't know how Pep will rotate the system. I think Man City will win this game. I'll just say 4-0 Man City. You know. But yes, subscribe to the Football Overseas, people. Like this video. Share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the Football Overseas as well. We would all appreciate it. And see you later for another video. Peace.